You know, Disney is making a buttload of money at the box office. Worldwide, it had 4 films over $1 billion, and it still has 3 other films that are more likely going to cross $1 billion. It has already shattered its own box office record of $7.61 billion at the box office, and it's only July. Is Disney going to ruin cinema? Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel once again. I am Robert Storms, and that is the question that I want to ask everybody. Is Disney eventually going to ruin cinema? Now, a lot of us were talking earlier in this year that a lot of movies were underperforming, and the analysts couldn't figure this out. Like, why are these movies underperforming? Like, the only thing that seems to be successful is these Marvel movies and these Disney movies. Like, movies are very much underperforming this year. Why is that? Godzilla underperforming. You know, we saw what happened with Dark Phoenix. Every movie that wasn't a Marvel or Disney film was underperforming. And that is a bad sign. That's a bad sign. It wasn't that the movies were underperforming. It's just that Disney is making so much money, it's making other movies look like they're underperforming. And those movies that are really, truly underperforming is because people are saving their money to go see these Disney movies. The previous record was set in 2016 by Disney, which was $7.61 billion. That was the previous record. Disney shattered that with passing it with 7.67, and it's only July. They got the whole rest of the year. They still got Star Wars, Frozen 2, and Maleficent 2 coming out. We know Star Wars is going to be over $1 billion. The first Frozen movie was over $1 billion, so the second one's going to be over $1 billion. Maleficent got close to $1 billion, so that has a chance of getting past $1 billion. Now, I'm not taking into account Spider-Man Far From Home, because that's a Sony movie. But let's be honest, guys. If it wasn't for the branding of these or Marvel and Disney branding the MCU, and it was strictly just a Sony property, it wouldn't have crossed $1 billion. That was Disney saying, here you go. So I looked, like, even though Disney doesn't get that money, that still, to me, feels like a Disney property. You know what I mean? Well, like a Disney studio helped make it, right? And Sony's just collecting the benefits of it. But that doesn't go into the 7.67, which is even more scarier when you think about that. I mean, Aladdin hit $1 billion. Lion King hit $1 billion. Endgame hit $1 billion. Captain Marvel hit $1 billion. Toy Story 4 is like right there, but it hasn't opened up worldwide yet. It's in at 9.17 million. And this isn't good for the cinema. In my opinion, this isn't good for cinema. Yes, I love seeing these Avenger movies and stuff like that. But I also like seeing, like, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Glass, Brightburn, The Lighthouse that's coming out later on this year, Peanut Butter Falcon. These are all very, very small budget movies. And what the problem is with this is, when movies like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood comes out and it makes only $40 million in its opening weekend, which is the highest opening weekend for a Quentin Tarantino movie, people goes, oh, it only made $40 million. It only made $40 million? That's great for a Quentin Tarantino movie. People they're so numb to these record-breaking numbers that every time a movie comes out, if it doesn't make a certain number, they think it's a failure. I have a guy at work that goes, well, that movie didn't make so much money. It cost $6 million to make, buddy. $6 million to make. It made quadruple its money back. Yeah, it made money. It might not have hit $100 million, but it made its money back. I don't even remember what fucking movie that was we were talking about. That's the problem with Disney right now. Is the fact they're making so much money that the audience is getting numb to it, and they feel like every movie is either a $100 million movie or it's a failure. Not only is that what's ruining cinema, but the fact that, one, they're buying every goddamn studio. Like, they own all the big IPs. Other than Warner Brothers owning DC, and then, like Paramount or something own like Transformers or something, Disney owns all the big IPs. It's like you can't get around that. You got Marvel, Star Wars, like oh my God, everything. And they know that. They know that. And there's only a few select IPs left out there. And you look at Warner Brothers, even with the Harry Potter IP, Fantastic Beasts 2 didn't do all that well. And it made them scramble and try to figure out what they're going to do different for the third film. That's why the third film got delayed. I mean, Aquaman broke through with $1 billion this past December. But realistically, can any of the other, like Joker's not going to be a $1 billion movie. Joker is a low budget. It's going to be an artsy film. And then if that movie don't come out and make $100 million or more, people can be like, oh, it's a failure, it's a failure. Well, how much did it cost to make? That's what defines it as a failure. But the fact that Disney is going around buying all these studios, buying all these IPs, it's putting more and more strain on the other studios to release stuff. And then we're going to get to a point where people aren't going to go to the cinema that much. I got to be honest with you. I haven't been to the theater all that much. Usually I go to the movies once a week. I always go see one movie every single week, no matter what the movie is. I don't care if it's a low budget movie. Doesn't matter. I'm going to go to the movies at least once a week and enjoy it. But with the ticket prices being so expensive now and not having a lot of time to myself, I find myself being selective with what I go see. And unfortunately, due to my job here on YouTube, I have to go see my superhero films. And then mostly, like, I tried to avoid a few of the Disney movies. But but a lot of people that have families and stuff can't afford to go see everything. So they have to save and pick and choose when they're going to go to the movies. And they're like, well, do I want to go see Dark Phoenix? Or do I want to go save that money to go see Aladdin or, maybe Toy Story or something like that? That's where it starts to get, messed up, because the average person doesn't have a lot of money to go to the theater all the time, right? As we're like me, maybe you guys watching, we can pick up and go right now. Like, if I want to go see Aladdin right now, I can just pick up and go right now. But a family of 5, the mother, father, and 3 kids, they want to go to the movies, it's going to cost them a truckload of money. It's going to cost them money for the tickets, money for the concessions, and gas money to get there. And you figure it's going to cost about $100 to go see a movie. They have to pick and choose what they're going to go see. And unfortunately, Disney has the movies that are appealing to those type of demographics. And eventually, that's going to really, really hurt cinema in the long run, in my opinion. But I don't know. I thought this was a very interesting topic to talk about. It was something different. There wasn't a whole lot of news going on in the world of superheroes. Nothing that I thought was really, oh my God, I got to talk about. I think it's more fascinating to talk about the fact that Disney has already broken its own record, and it's only the end of July, and they still got 3 major properties coming out later on this year. And yeah, man, this is crazy, and I don't think it's really good for cinema. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think Disney will eventually be the end of cinema? Be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. And until next time, guys, as always, I'm Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.